Hey, James, will you be having dinner at home tonight?
No need. I gotta go out for dinner at work and might be late.
Oh, I see. But you know that today's our wedding anniversary. I even bought a cake.
Sorry, but definitely not in the mood to eat. Besides, you should know by now, I work for a major trading company. You should expect sudden work commitments.
Of course, I understand. I just thought we could spend a little time together on our special day.
Come on, are you a child? While I'm out there working hard, you're just lazing around as a housewife. You have the time to think about trivial things, but an elite executive is busy.
Hey, what's with that attitude? You used to be so kind before we got married. Ever since we started talking about kids with your parents, you've become so cold towards me.
There you go again, bringing up the past. Speaking of kids, how was your recent checkup? How did the fertility treatment results turn out?
Nothing abnormal. The doctor said these things just happen when they happen.
We've been married for years now. I'd like my parents to see their grandchild's face.
I know, I'm trying my best, and I hope you'll work with me on this.
No, this is your problem to solve. The medical bills aren't cheap. You quit your job for this, so at least get pregnant.
Are you blaming me? I've been to countless checkups, but you've never been tested at all.
Are you saying there's something wrong with me? Don't blame others. Just do everything you can.
That's not fair, James. We're supposed to be in this together.
I'm providing for us, aren't I? That's my part. Your job is to give us a child.
A child isn't something you can just order on demand. It doesn't work like that.
Well, it should. We've been trying for so long. My parents are getting impatient.
Your parents' impatience doesn't change biology. These things take time.
Time which we don't have. You're not getting any younger, you know.
Neither are you. Age affects male fertility too.
Don't start with that again. I'm perfectly healthy.
How would you know that if you've never been tested?
I don't need to be tested. I'm not the problem here.
You can't know that for sure. It takes two to make a baby.
Look, I don't have time for this. I have a dinner to get to.
Fine, go. Happy anniversary to us, I guess. But we need to talk about this when you get back.
Whatever, don't wait up.
Hey, can we talk now? You got home pretty late last night.
What is it? I'm on a work break.
Sorry, about our visit to your parents next week, do I really have to go? Every time we visit, I end up helping at their greengrocery shop until the last minute. It's physically and emotionally draining. Plus, I keep getting blamed. They keep implying it's my fault that we don't have kids yet, and I'm starting to believe it.
I'm so disappointed. No, disgusted with you. It's a wife's duty to visit her husband's family. You're not only reluctant, but complaining about it?
That's not it, but the way they speak to me is so harsh. I have no one else to talk to about this but you.
Mom and Dad are right. It's your fault we don't have kids.
Listen, having children isn't a joint issue. The doctors even said too much stress can make it harder to conceive.
There you go again, blaming others, bad-mouthing your in-laws. What a terrible wife. At least help out at the shop.
I'm not saying it's just your fault.
Stop making excuses. The visit next week is non-negotiable.
Can't we at least discuss this?
There's nothing to discuss. You're going. End of story.
Fine, but can we talk about how we're going to handle things there?
What's there to handle? Just do as you're told and everything will be fine.
That's the problem. I feel like I'm always being ordered around, and your parents make me feel so uncomfortable.
That's your problem. Learn to deal with it. And maybe if you did things right for the first time, you wouldn't need to be told what to do.
Why can't you see how this affects me?
Why can't you see how important this is to me and my family?
I am part of your family too, or have you forgotten that?
Then start acting like it. A good wife wouldn't complain about visiting her in-laws.
A good husband would stand up for his wife when she's being mistreated.
You're being dramatic. They're not mistreating you.
Constant criticism and blame isn't mistreatment?
They're just concerned about us not having any children.
Their concern doesn't give them the right to be cruel.
You're too sensitive. Toughen up.
I shouldn't have to toughen up to visit family.
Well, that's how it is. Deal with it.
That's not fair. I am trying my best.
Well, that's not enough. Try harder.
Fine, I'll go this time, but we need to talk about this properly later.
Whatever. Just be ready to leave on time next week. I gotta get back to work.
Can we talk for a moment? You're done with work, right?
I'm heading out for dinner at work, so make it quick.
After we return from your parents, can we visit my family too? My mom says she hasn't seen you in ages.
No way!
But we haven't visited my family since we got married. Can't we at least show our faces to them?
I said no! I can't relax at your parents' place. Why should I have to go over there just to be uncomfortable?
But I always visit your family.
Do I need to spell it out? You married into my family. It's natural to prioritize my parents.
What era are you living in? We don't even have to stay overnight, just a short visit.
You're getting cheeky for someone who's being supported.
Don't say it like that. I told you I wanted to work while trying to conceive. You're the one who forced me to quit.
If you'd gotten pregnant right away, we wouldn't be having this conversation. Anyway, I'm not going to your parents.
I didn't want to worry you, but my dad's health isn't great. Mom's worried too. Can't we just please visit them?
Request denied.
My dad is not in good condition, and we always visit your family.
Stop nagging! I've already scheduled you to help at the shop.
These are my parents we're talking about. How can you be so cold? If you keep this up, I might consider leaving you.
Watch it. Do you know your place? You're living off an elite executive. What can a housewife like you do? Stop saying stupid things and prepare for the visit.
I can't believe you're being this heartless.
I'm being practical. Your parents aren't our priority right now.
They're my priority. Don't I get a say in this relationship?
You get a say when you start contributing financially.
That's not fair. You know I wanted to keep working.
Then risk not getting pregnant? No way.
My career matters too, you know.
Not as much as having a child does.
To you, maybe, but I have other aspirations too.
Like what? Being a burden to your husband?
I am not a burden. I take care of our home, I cook, and I clean.
That's the bare minimum. You should be doing more.
Like what? What more do you want from me?
I want you to stop complaining and do as you're told.
I am your wife, not your servant.
Sometimes I can't tell the difference.
That's a horrible thing to say.
It's the truth. Now are you done? I have a dinner to get to.
Fine. I'll go this time.
Good, as long as you understand.
But this conversation isn't over. We need to talk about this later.
There's nothing more to discuss. My decision is final. Just do as you're told.
You can't keep treating me like this, James.
Like what? I provide for you, don't I? What more do you want?
I want to be treated like an equal partner in this marriage.
Equal? You don't even have a job. How are we equal?
That's not what equality in a marriage means. It's about mutual respect and consideration.
I've had enough of this conversation. I'm going out.
James, wait.
What now?
Can't we at least talk about how long we'll be staying at your parents' place?
As long as they need us. Why does it matter?
I need a plan, you know. I have appointments and...
Cancel them. My parents are more important.
But...
No buts! I'm leaving now. Don't message me unless it's important.
Where are you? The shop's been busy and I can't reach your parents. When are you coming back?
I've been playing with slot machines. Thought there wouldn't be much to do in the countryside, but I'm on a winning streak.
Can you come back and help? When are your parents returning?
I think they went out for a meal, probably quite far away. I'll be back when the relatives gather. Make sure everything's ready.
Wait, what? Your relatives are gathering? I didn't hear about this.
A good wife should be able to adapt. Make sure the shop is taken care of, too. It's called multitasking, though I doubt a housewife would understand.
That's not fair, James. I have been working non-stop since we got here. I can't handle the shop and prepare for the family gathering alone.
Stop complaining and just do it.
I can't do everything by myself. I need help. I don't even know how many people are coming or what to prepare.
Figure it out. That's what a good wife would do.
I'm not a mind reader. I need more information.
Stop whining and get to work. I'm busy right now.
Busy with gambling, you mean?
Watch your tone. I'm the one who makes the money in this family. What I do with my time is none of your business.
And I'm the one doing all the housework right now. Can't you see that?
Just handle it. I'll be back later.
James, this is ridiculous. I am not a servant.
No, you're my wife, and right now you need to do your duty.
My duty? Is that all I am to you?
Stop being dramatic. Just get everything ready.
I've had enough of this. I am leaving.
Don't you dare! You have responsibilities here!
So do you, but you don't seem to care about those.
I'm warning you, Sarah, don't do anything stupid!
Too late. I'm already on my way out.
Get back there right now!
No, I am done being your servant. Goodbye, James.
Where are you? I'm back and the shop's a mess. Nothing's ready for the relatives. Mom and Dad are furious.
Is that so?
Don't is that so me? Everyone's here and there's no food or drinks. I got scolded because of you. Come back immediately and apologize. It's incredibly rude to leave a family gathering.
I'm at my parents' house. I need to take care of myself. If this continues, I'm seriously considering leaving you. You weren't listening to anything I said. Don't call me. It's annoying.
Mom and Dad were humiliated in front of all the relatives. How are you going to take responsibility?
There's no responsibility to take. Didn't you see my messages saying I wouldn't be responsible about this? Oh, that's right. You were too busy gambling to notice. Can't multitask, can you?
Don't mock me. You're being incredibly selfish.
Anyway, I'm not coming back. Good luck with the hospitality.
You can't just leave like this. What about our marriage?
What marriage? All I see is me being your servant.
That's not true. You're twisting things.
Am I? Why am I always the one sacrificing everything? When was the last time you treated me with respect?
I do respect you, and I sacrifice too. I work hard to provide for us.
Providing isn't the same as respecting, and money isn't everything, James.
This is ridiculous! Just come back and we'll sort this out!
No, I am done. I need some time to think.
Think about what? There's nothing to think about. Just come home!
It's not home to me anymore, James. It hasn't been for a while.
What are you talking about? Of course it's your home!
A home is supposed to be where you feel safe and respected. I don't feel either of that with you.
You're being dramatic. Just come back and apologize to everyone.
No, James, I'm serious this time. I'm not coming back.
You'll regret this. You have nowhere else to go.
I'd rather be nowhere than be disrespected like this every day.
Fine, have it your way, but don't come crawling back when you realize how good you had it.
Trust me, I won't.
Hey, what's going on? What is all this?
What is it now? It's early in the morning.
I just got back and all your stuff is gone. The living room and bedroom are empty. I thought we'd been robbed. And what's this paper?
Don't recognize it? It's called divorce papers.
I know what it is. I'm asking what you're thinking doing this to me.
I've told you over and over, you blame me for not getting pregnant. You wouldn't even let me visit my sick father. Who would want to stay with someone like that?
What can a parasite like you do without me? Are you ready to give up being the wife of an elite executive?
I don't care because I didn't marry a title.
Just come back. We'll talk, but you'll have to apologize properly to my relatives and parents.
Huh? I'm not coming back. And how long are you planning to stay there at the house? Because it's not our house anymore.
What are you talking about?
Remember before when we bought the house? You kept changing jobs at that time. You couldn't pass the mortgage check. So we bought the house under my name. Did you forget?
That was then. It's still our marital home.
But we're not married anymore. The house was in my name, so I sold it.
Sold? You're joking.
I'm not joking. I've sold the house, so please move out within a month. Goodbye.
You can't do this to me. Where am I supposed to go?
That is not my problem anymore. You're an elite executive, remember? Figure it out.
This is all your fault. If you had just been a good wife, none of this would have happened.
A good wife? You mean a doormat? No thanks.
You'll regret this. You're nothing without me.
I think you've got that backwards. Goodbye, James.
Wait, Sarah, let's talk about this.
We're done talking. I have said everything I needed to say. It's done.
But what about all our years together? Don't they mean anything?
What about them? You mean the years of being belittled and controlled?
I never meant to make you feel that way. I can change. Give me another chance.
It's too late for that, James. I've given you plenty of chances, and now it's over.
Can't we work this out? I'll change, I promise.
It's too late for promises, James. I've made my decision.
What am I supposed to tell my parents?
Tell them whatever you want. It's not my concern anymore.
They'll never forgive you for this.
I can live with that. Maybe they should have thought about all this before treating me so poorly.
That's harsh, Sarah.
No harsher than how I've been treated. Goodbye, James.
Hey, help me out. Things are really bad.
What now?
Last month, Dad got sick. Last week, Mom had a bad injury and can't work now. There's no one to take care of them, so I had to quit my job.
Oh, really? Congratulations on your new career as an elite greengrocer.
This is all your fault. The whole neighborhood is gossiping about how we treated you badly. Dad and Mom can't work, so I'm running the shop, but because of you, our reputation is ruined. We've lost most of our customers.
I'm sure you would have caused problems even without me.
Take responsibility and come help at the shop.
No way. That's the attitude that's driving customers away. More importantly, can you sign the divorce papers immediately?
How can you be so heartless after everything we've been through?
Heartless? That's rich coming from you.
I'm struggling here, can't you see that?
I see it, but it's not my problem anymore.
How can you say that? We were married!
Exactly. Were. Past tense. It's over, James.
But my parents need help! You always got along with them!
That was before they started blaming me for everything, including our lack of children.
They didn't mean it. They were just frustrated.
And you let them take it out on me every single time.
I'll make sure they apologize. Just come back and help.
No, James, I'm not coming back. Not now, not ever.
What am I supposed to do?
Figure it out. Isn't that what you always told me?
Hey, honey, I've realized I can't be without you. We're destined to be together. Isn't it time we move to the next stage? Let's apologize to each other.
Ew, are you turning into a stalker now? Ugh, that is so creepy.
I'm not stalking you. I just want to talk.
There's nothing to talk about. It's over.
But I've changed, I promise.
People don't change that quickly, James.
Give me a chance to prove it to you.
No, I've moved on. You should too.
We had to give up the shop. We lost all our customers. We went bankrupt. We had to sell the store. I'm barely making ends meet doing traffic control at construction sites. Now I'm living in a tiny studio room with my parents. So could we just start over? Your family home was quite spacious, wasn't it? I admit I was wrong.
No thanks.
I was wrong. Please forgive me. My parents are sorry too. Please.
You think an apology fixes everything? You're underestimating me. I guess elites have money, but no brains.
Don't be like that. We can work this out.
There's no we anymore, James. It's over.
But where am I supposed to go? What am I supposed to do?
That's not my problem. You're an adult. Figure it out.
You're being cruel. This isn't like you.
You don't know me anymore, James, and to be honest, I don't think you ever did.
How can you say that? We were married for years.
Yes, and in all those years, did you ever really listen to me? Did you ever consider my feelings?
Of course I did. I provided for you, didn't I?
Providing isn't the same as caring, James. You never understood that.
I'm trying to understand now. Please, give me another chance.
It's too late for that. I have moved on with my life.
Moved on? What do you mean?
I mean, I'm happy now, without you.
That's impossible! You need me!
No, James, I don't. And I never did.
But what about our plans? Our future?
Those were your plans, James, not mine.
How can you be so cold after everything we've been through?
I'm not being cold. I'm being honest. Something you should try sometime.
I am being honest. I really have changed.
People don't change overnight, James, and even if you have, it doesn't change how I feel.
How can you throw away all our years together?
I'm not throwing them away. I am learning from them and moving forward.
Please, just give me one more chance. I'll do anything.
Anything except respect me as an equal partner. That's all I ever wanted, James.
I can do that now. I've learned my lesson.
It's too late. I have found someone who respects me without having to be taught.
What? You seeing someone else?
Yes, I am, and he treats me like a partner, not a possession.
This is ridiculous. You're making a big mistake.
The only mistake I made was staying with you for so long.
You'll regret this. He'll never love you like I do.
If that's love, I want no part of it. Goodbye, James.
Wait, Sarah, we can work this out.
There is nothing to work out. Please stop contacting me.
You can't just cut me out of your life like this.
I can, and I am. Don't message me again.
Sarah, please, I'm begging you.
I'm blocking your number, James. Don't try to contact me again.
Sarah! Sarah, don't do this!
After that, I finalized the divorce with my ex-husband. He kept sending desperate messages to me for a while, but eventually they stopped. Rumor has it that he even started falling behind on rent for their tiny apartment. Apparently, my husband's family are barely scraping by. I thought I was done with love and marriage for a while, but I've started a new relationship with someone I met at my new workplace. This time, I'm making sure to really get to know the person and find true happiness. Thank you for watching until the end. If you found this video satisfying, please hit the like button. If not, please share your thoughts in the comment section below. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Your ratings and comments encourage us to create more content. We have many more videos that will give you that satisfying feeling, so please check out our other videos on this channel. We'll see you in the next video. Hey Mike, are you still going out drinking with your friends again?
Yeah, I'm planning to do that. Why?
Just checking, because I'm thinking of heading to bed early since I have an important meeting tomorrow morning.
Okay, I might end up drinking until morning, so no need to stay up until I come home. It's been ages since I've seen these guys.
Pulling an all-nighter? You're so young at heart.
Well, I rarely get to meet these guys. I couldn't even invite them to our wedding.
Have fun, but don't drink too much. You know how you get when you overdo it.
I know. Don't worry, I'll be responsible. Oh, by the way, I showed them our wedding photos. They're all saying that they want to meet you.
Really? I would have liked to have met them in person too.
They were all praising you, saying you're gorgeous.
That's sweet of them, but aren't they all your age? To them, a 37-year-old like me must seem like an old lady.
No way, being older is great.
Is that so?
Absolutely! Women in their 30s have a maturity and sophistication that younger women lack. They're sexy.
What's with that? You sound like a pervert.
Young girls are just loud and annoying. It's tiring to be around them all the time. For marriage, a mature, older woman is best.
Is that how it is? I thought men generally preferred younger women.
Not necessarily. In fiction, young girls might seem cute, but I definitely wouldn't want them as a girlfriend or wife.
Well, I'm glad your friends seem to accept me. I've been a bit anxious about our 7-year age gap between us.
Hey, I've been telling you that you're the only one worried about this age difference. Even my parents don't mind. They're actually relieved because you're older.
Really? Why's that?
They think I'm irresponsible, so they want an older wife to keep me in line.
Well, I guess I can handle that. I am a CEO after all, so I'm good at taking charge.
That's right, being a CEO at your age is amazing. You're incredible.
I just inherited a small company after my father passed away. It's not that impressive.
But if I were in your shoes, I'd bankrupt the company in 3 days. Don't be so modest. I love that you're older, reliable, successful, and cool. I want to brag about you to all my friends.
Well then, want to hear about the honeymoon plans your brag-worthy wife came up with?
Oh, you've decided the details about a trip?
No, just the general outline, but I've incorporated most of your wishes into the schedule.
So you can manage getting time off work?
Yes, it's fine. I've arranged everything. Are you looking forward to our week in America?
Super excited. Can't wait for these 4 months to pass.
Sorry for making you wait for so long, but it's actually the only time I can take an extended break from work.
I'm just grateful we can go on a trip, so don't worry about that at all. And sorry for leaving all the preparations to you when you're so busy at work.
It's fine. It's more efficient for me to do it since I'm used to international travel. I've been to America several times, so I know the geography.
You're so reliable. Tell me the detailed travel plans tomorrow.
Got it, but don't brag about it to your friends. You always get carried away.
I already did. Sorry, I couldn't help it. They're all jealous, you know.
Of course you did. Well, it's fine. Just try not to exaggerate too much. But remember, our relationship is about us, not impressing others.
I know. It's just nice to have something to be proud of. By the way, what cities are we visiting in America?
I was thinking New York, Los Angeles, and maybe Las Vegas. How does that sound?
Wow, that's perfect! I've always wanted to go to New York to see the Statue of Liberty.
We can definitely do that. I'll make sure to include it in our itinerary.
You're the best, Sarah. I'm so lucky to have you.
I'm lucky to have you too, Mike. By the way, how's work going? Any interesting projects?
It's all right, nothing too exciting. How about you? Any big deals coming up?
Actually, yes. We're in talks for a major merger. It's been keeping me busy.
Wow, that sounds intense. Is that why you've been working late these days?
Partly. It's a lot of responsibility, but I'm enjoying the challenge.
You're amazing, you know that? I don't know how you handle it all.
Thanks, Mike. Your support means a lot to me.
Always. Hey, want to catch a movie this weekend to unwind a bit?
That sounds lovely since we haven't gone out for a while. Looking forward to it. Now, go enjoy your night out, and don't forget your keys.
Got them right here. Now get some sleep. It's late.
All right, I'm heading to bed now. Don't stay out too late.
I won't. Love you. See you later.
Love you too. Be safe. Hey, Mike, we need to talk. A young woman just suddenly came to our house earlier saying she had an appointment with you. Who is she?
Oh, I completely forgot. I'm writing a column about women working in the nightlife, and I had an interview with her scheduled at our home.
I asked her to go home because you weren't there, but was that okay?
It's fine. I'll contact her. Wait, why are you at home? Aren't you supposed to be at work today?
Actually, I forgot something and came back home to get it. You should have at least told me about this interview in advance.
No, you must have been surprised. Sorry about that. It just slipped my mind.
I was really shocked. She had heavy makeup and flashy clothes.
She's probably meeting clients after the interview. They often have dinner with clients before work, but she was pretty, wasn't she?
I suppose. How old is she? She looked pretty young.
I think she said 20. She's so young and fresh. Her skin is so taut it would probably repel water. Your skin would just absorb it.
Shut up. My skin age is actually in the early 20s, you know.
But that's the result of spending a lot of time and money on beauty treatments. You can't beat natural youth.
That may be true, but all women put effort into their appearance. Isn't that effort beautiful too? You said yourself that women my age have qualities that young girls don't.
Of course, everyone has their own charm. But lately, I've been talking to a lot of young women for work, and girls in their early 20s are just on another level of cuteness.
Isn't she too young for you? I wouldn't consider such young men as romantic prospects.
Of course not. You're even more of an old lady than me. It would be creepy if an old lady dated a 20-year-old guy. It wouldn't be love. It would be just money, as the old lady would probably be paying for everything.
Old lady? Can you stop saying that? And that's a pretty malicious way of putting it.
It slipped out. Sorry, but I didn't mean any harm.
There was clearly malice there. That statement was insulting to most women in the world.
Hey, don't take this too seriously. Why are you getting angry?
I'm not angry, I'm just irritated.
Same thing. It's a fact that you're an old lady. Don't get worked up over the truth. Are you going through menopause?
Don't say things like that, even as a joke. It's unpleasant to be insulted about age or appearance, especially by your partner.
Don't be so sensitive. Men don't react this much when called old guys.
That's because old lady is often used negatively. Men have it easy. Terms like silver fox are often used positively.
Okay, let's drop this topic.
Fine, but I hope you understand why your words were hurtful.
I get it. I'll be more careful next time.
Thank you. That's all I ask.
So, about that interview.
What about it?
I might need to do a few more for the column. Is it okay if I conduct them here?
I'd prefer if you didn't. Can't you do them at a cafe or something?
I guess I could. It's just more comfortable here.
For whom? You or the interviewees?
For me, of course, but I do see your point. I'll try to find another place.
Good, I'd like it that way. By the way, how long is this project going to last?
A few more weeks, maybe a month. Why?
Just curious, because you've been coming home late these days.
It's part of the job, because I need to observe the nightlife scene.
I understand. Just try to be careful, okay?
Of course, you don't need to worry about me.
I always worry about you. It's part of being married.
And I appreciate it. I'm lucky to have you.
I'm glad you realized that. Now, I need to head back to work, so I've got to go.
All right, have a good day. Love you.
Love you too. Mike, you've been coming home late a lot recently. Is everything okay?
Yeah, just been busy with work. Lots of late meetings.
I see. It's just, you seem different lately.
What do you mean? How am I different?
I don't know, distant maybe? And you're always on your phone.
It's nothing, just work stuff.
Really? Are you sure? You know you can talk to me about anything, right?
I know, everything's fine, Sarah, don't worry.
Okay, if you say so, but don't work too hard, okay? I love you, Mike.
Oh, I completely forgot I put that there.
Where have you been until this hour? I really need to talk to you now. I actually found a woman's earring in your jacket pocket, so you'd better give me a good explanation for this.
Oh, I completely forgot I put that there.
Whose is it? And you've been coming home late recently, Mike. You're acting pretty strange these days. I need to know what's going on.
Actually, I have a girlfriend.
What? A girlfriend?
Remember that 20-year-old girl who came to our house? I'm actually dating her now.
What? You actually have a relationship with that young girl? So you betrayed me. How could you do this to me?
Because I don't want to be with an old hag like you anymore. I realize that women are better the younger they are.
But we're still newlyweds and we just got married. How could you change your mind so quickly? Weren't you the one who said older women are better because they're more settled?
I was naive then. Settled women are boring. Young girls are more exciting and don't get old.
You're contradicting yourself. That doesn't make any sense.
You should be grateful I chose you even for a moment, you hag. At least you got to live a nice dream.
Grateful? Oh, don't be ridiculous. Who do you think you are? You should be grateful that I chose you. Relationships are mutual, aren't they?
I chose you when you were on the shelf. You clearly benefited more from this.
That doesn't make sense. You're the one who chose me.
If you always eat fresh food, you get bored. Sometimes you want to try processed or unusual things.
Unusual things? You mean me? How can you say such a horrible thing?
I should have kept you as a plaything instead of marrying you. Women over 25 have no value. I don't know why I even got married to you.
A woman's value isn't determined by her age. I don't want someone who says such stupid things. Just get out of my house right now.
Ha! You should be the one to leave.
Excuse me? Don't you remember that this is my apartment from before we got married? The contract is in my name and I'm the owner. So you have no right to stay here. I'll sign the divorce papers, so just get out right now.
Oh, right. Fine. Whatever. I'll go to my girlfriend's place. I was getting sick of this old lady-styled room anyway.
Just leave immediately. It's over, Mike. We're done.
Fine, I'm going. But you're gonna regret this, Sarah. You'll never find someone like me again.
The only thing I regret is marrying you. Don't worry about my future. I'll be perfectly fine without you.
Whatever. I'll be back for my things later.
Oh, don't bother about that because I'll pack them up and have them all sent to you.
Suit yourself. Goodbye, old hag.
Goodbye, Mike, and good riddance. Now just get out. Hello?
Sarah, it's me.
What do you want now, Mike?
I've submitted the marriage registration with my girlfriend. I was such an idiot. I'm glad I got a wife younger than my ex.
Oh, is that so? Good for you. Thank you for telling me.
I'm going on the honeymoon with her, too.
Oh, I'd completely forgotten about the honeymoon.
When I told her about the trip, she was so excited. She loves Hollywood movies and has always dreamed of going to America, so I'll definitely enjoy the trip with her.
That's fine. Go ahead and enjoy the trip. But are you going to be able to afford it? The trip costs $10,000 per person.
What? $10,000 per person?
The dollar is strong right now. If you fulfill all your requests, that's how much it costs.
Hey, wait! Haven't you already paid for the trip?
Actually, we were supposed to pay this week. But were you actually planning to make me pay for all of this?
I thought you had already paid! I figured it would be all a waste, so I was thinking of going on that trip with my girlfriend.
You are unbelievable. But too bad, I haven't paid yet. So, of course, you're welcome to go with her.
But there's no way I can pay $10,000 per person!
That's for traveling to multiple locations in the U.S. If you change the plan to enjoy just one place, it could be cheaper, but it would still cost at least $6,000 per person.
No, that's impossible. I don't have that much in savings.
Well then, I guess you have to give up that trip.
I can't. My girlfriend is really looking forward to it. Isn't there any way to make it cheaper?
I just don't think you're understanding my point, but why should I have to do anything for you two? After all you've done to me, I can't believe you're still trying to rely on me. Hey, don't you want to make your girlfriend happy? If you don't have enough money, why don't you take out a loan? It'll be fine, just a small one.
Don't act like this doesn't concern you.
Although I don't want you to involve me into this, I can totally understand how your girlfriend feels. If you take her on a grand American trip now, she'll fall in love with you all over again. On the other hand, if you tell her you can't afford it after all, she'll be so disappointed.
Stop trying to make me spend money!
Think about it calmly. What's the purpose of a young woman dating an older man? You're looking for a beautiful body and charm in a young woman, right? Young women have things they want from older men too. There's dependability, reliability, and various other things, but the main thing is money. If you don't act with that in mind, an old man like you will be dumped by her so quickly.
You're just jealous because I found someone younger and prettier.
Jealous? Of what? A man who can't even afford his own honeymoon? No, I'm trying to give you advice, but you're free to ignore it.
Fine, I'll figure something out.
Good luck with that. Is there anything else you need?
No, that's all.
Then goodbye, Mike.
Sarah, I need your help.
I thought things were over with you. What is it now?
Sarah, can you lend me some money?
What? Where did this come from?
I'm in debt.
So what does that have to do with me? Pay it back yourself. It's your fault for borrowing money you can't repay.
You're the one who said I should take my new wife on a trip.
Oh, so you really took her. You even went into debt for it. And now you're blaming this on me?
I was hesitant until the last minute, but she was all set on going. When I suggested changing the destination once, she got upset. She even threatened to break up, so I had no choice but to go.
She sounds like a spoiled child.
Totally! She's always making selfish demands. The trip was a nightmare.
In what way?
She kept wanting to eat at fancy restaurants, but her choices were always so expensive. 2 bagels and drinks cost over $60.
Well, things are expensive in America.
But there were more cheap places, too. She always chose the expensive ones. If I objected, she'd get moody. She was always splurging, but made me pay for everything.
So it ended up costing much more than initially planned?
Just meals during the trip cost about $5,000. On top of that, she made me buy her shoes, bags, and souvenirs. And to make matters worse, she got injured and had to be hospitalized.
What? What happened?
I don't know if she was taking selfies for Instagram or what, but she was taking photos on a hill with a good view and fell. She's such an idiot. She went into a restricted area just to take photos.
Young people can be impulsive sometimes. American medical costs are high, aren't they?
Ridiculously high! I thought I'd save money by not getting insurance. Then the medical bills turned out to be astronomical.
What? You didn't get insurance? Oh no, America is so expensive.
I know, I messed up, but if she hadn't done something so stupid, we wouldn't have had these medical expenses. She just kept adding unnecessary costs.
Did you complain to her?
You bet I did. Then we got into a fight and she didn't speak to me on the flight back. Things are still tense between us. It's the worst. Why is she angry? I'm the one who should be angry.
So you spent hundreds of thousands of dollars and came back with a strained relationship. It's like you threw money down the drain.
You're the one who kept threatening me, saying I'd be dumped if I didn't take her on the trip.
Don't blame this on me, but the fact that my words resonated with you means you agreed to some extent. You thought you had to try not to be dumped because you're an old man.
Anyway, that's why I need money. Please help me.
I refuse. Why don't you ask your family or friends?
Nobody will lend me money. They're all exasperated by my stupidity, and my parents said divorcing you was a mistake.
I'm not surprised about that, and I suppose you were disowned by your parents.
How do you know?
By the way, your mother called me right after we separated. She apologized for her foolish son.
Mom apologized to you?
You even made your parents bow their heads. How do you feel about that? What an unfilial son. You left me for a younger woman, but did that actually make you happy? You lost trust, money, and your parents' affection. Practically everything. Was that woman worth all of that?
I don't know what to say.
You don't have to say anything. Your actions speak louder than words.
Sarah, I think I made a huge mistake.
You're just realizing that now?
I know it's too late, but I'm truly sorry for everything I've done.
Apology not accepted. You can't undo the hurt you've caused.
I understand. I don't know what to do now.
That's not my problem anymore, Mike. You made your bed, now lie in it.
Can't you help me just this once, for old time's sake?
Old times? You mean when you called me an old hag and left me for a younger woman? Those old times?
I didn't mean those things. I was just confused.
Confused enough to marry someone else?
I made a mistake, okay? I admit it. I was wrong.
And now you want me to bail you out of your mistake? No way, Mike. You need to face the consequences of your actions.
But what am I gonna do about all this debt?
Figure it out yourself. You're a big boy, aren't you? Stop relying on me for everything.
Sarah, please, I'm desperate.
And whose fault is that?
Mine! It's all my fault!
At least you can admit that, but it doesn't change anything.
Please, Sarah, I don't know what else to do!
Have you considered getting a job?
A job? But I already have my writing gig!
Which clearly isn't paying enough if you're in this much debt.
But I'm not qualified for any other job!
Then get qualified, take some courses, learn new skills.
At my age, who would hire me?
Oh, so now you're concerned about your age? I thought age didn't matter to you.
That's different. The job market is tough for older people.
Welcome to the real world, Mike. It's not just tough for older people, it's tough for everyone.
But you're doing well. Your company is successful.
Because I work hard for this. I didn't inherit a successful company. I built it up from a small business my father left behind.
I know, and that's impressive. That's why I thought you might be able to help me out.
By giving you money I worked hard for, so you can waste it again?
You need to trust me. I wouldn't waste it this time. I've learned my lesson.
Have you really? Because it sounds like you're still just looking for an easy way out.
What do you mean?
Instead of taking responsibility and figuring out how to pay off your debt yourself, you're here asking me to give you money.
But I don't have any other options other than that.
Yes, you do. They're just not easy or comfortable options.
Like what?
Like getting a second job, or selling some of your possessions, or negotiating a payment plan with your creditors. You need to at least try.
But that all sounds so difficult.
Welcome to adulthood, Mike. It's not always fun.
Can't you at least lend me a little bit of money just to get myself started?
No, Mike, I can't do that. I won't enable your irresponsible behavior anymore.
But what about my girlfriend? She'll leave me if I can't provide for her.
Then maybe she's not the right person for you. Have you ever thought about that?
But I love her.
Do you? Or do you just love the idea of being with a younger woman?
What's that supposed to mean?
It means you're more in love with the image than the reality. You loved the idea of a young, beautiful girlfriend, but you're not prepared for the reality of what that entails.
That's not true. I do love her.
Then why are you here asking your ex-wife for money instead of figuring things out with her? I'm definitely not the one you need to be discussing with about this.
Because she doesn't understand financial difficulties.
And whose fault is that? You presented yourself as someone who could provide a lavish lifestyle.
I didn't think it would be this expensive.
Again, you didn't think. That seems to be a pattern with you.
You're being cruel, Sarah.
No, I'm being honest. Something you should try sometime.
What do you mean?
Have you been honest with your new wife about your financial situation?
Not entirely.
Then start there. Be honest with her. If she truly loves you, she'll understand and work with you to figure things out.
And if she doesn't?
Then you'll have learned an expensive but valuable lesson about the importance of honesty and responsibility in a relationship.
I'm scared, Sarah. I don't know how to fix this.
Start by being honest with yourself and her. Then make a plan. Cut unnecessary expenses, look for ways to increase your income, and stick to a budget.
That sounds so adult.
It is, Mike. It's time you started acting like one.
I don't know if I can do it alone.
You're not alone. You have a wife, don't you? Try to work it out with her. And if she's not willing to work with you on this, then maybe it's time to reconsider that relationship.
I guess you're right. I've made a real mess of things, haven't I?
Yes, you have. It's about time you realized that, but it's not too late to start fixing it.
I don't even know where to begin.
Begin by being honest with your wife, then make a list of all your debts and expenses. Once you have a clear picture of your financial situation, you can start making a plan to address it.
That sounds overwhelming.
It is, but it's necessary, and it will get easier as you go along.
I wish I had listened to you before. You were always the sensible one.
Flattery won't get you anywhere, Mike. Just focus on fixing your situation.
You're right. I'm sorry for bothering you with this, and I'm sorry for everything else, too.
I appreciate the apology, but actions speak louder than words. Show that you're sorry to me by getting your life together by yourself.
I will. I promise.
Good. Now, is there anything else?
No, that's all. Thank you for listening, even though I didn't deserve it.
You're welcome. Good luck, Mike. I hope you figure things out.
Thanks, Sarah. Goodbye.
Goodbye, Mike. I heard that the total amount of debt Mike accumulated exceeded $50,000. Mike worked incredibly hard to repay it. He also practiced frugality to reduce expenses. However, it seems his new wife didn't like this situation. Tired of her life with Mike, she ran away with the money Mike had set aside for repayment. Desperate, Mike asked his parents for help, but they reportedly turned him away, saying it was his fault for choosing such a woman. Speaking of making wrong choices, I guess I can't really judge others either. After all, I chose a hopeless man like Mike. Some time has passed since then, and I'm currently dating a man of my own age. It's not that I discriminate based on age, but going through this experience, I no longer consider younger men as potential romantic partners. Thank you for watching until the end. If you found this video satisfying, please hit the like button. If not, please share your thoughts in the comment section below. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Your ratings and comments encourage us to create more content. We have many more videos that will give you that satisfying feeling, so please check out our other videos on this channel. We'll see you in the next video.
Hey, Amy, I'll make sure to be home by 7 tonight, so make sure you have everything ready, all right? I want dinner on the table the second I walk into the dining room. Got it? No later than that. And you'd better get the bath ready for me while I'm eating, too. I'm gonna have a soak right after I'm done.
Yeah, sure. Don't worry.
Also, I don't feel like eating any red meat tonight, so get something else. I feel like having something light, so get some fish for my main dish.
Fish? Sure thing. Salmon should be in season right now, so I'll get that. Is it okay if I decide what to make for your side dish? There's stuff in the fridge I want to use.
Yeah, but make sure you don't use any onions. You know how much I hate them. Don't you dare use any.
Yes, sir. Oh, I almost forgot, but your mom sent us some fresh peaches for you to eat. They arrived this morning. So I'll have them peeled and ready for you to eat for dessert when you're done with your bath.
That's my mom for you. She knows exactly what I want when I want it. She always sends me the fruit I want just when I start craving them. Her timing's always perfect. I wish you'd learn more from my mom, Amy, and do the same. It would help a lot if you could just figure out what I want when I want it, without me having to give you suggestions and hints all the time. That's what it means to be a good wife, you know?
Well, I think I've been doing pretty well lately. I've started to get a good idea of your likes and dislikes, don't you think?
If you compare your cooking to my mom's, then it's nowhere near good enough. I still have to tell you what to make for dinner every night. It's already been 6 months since we got married, Amy. I would have hoped that you'd have worked things out by now. And I'm still waiting on you to get the chores done properly.
I don't think that I'm bad at doing the chores either. What's bothering you about that? I mean, I've been doing the chores every morning and every night before I go to bed.
Huh? Are you trying to say that you're satisfied with the way you're doing the chores right now? Seriously? Of course it's not good enough. The other day I found water droplets on the mirror in the bathroom, and the humidifier always ends up empty when I'm at home. Can't you fill it so that it'll always be full when I'm around? There's still a lot you can't do, so you better not get carried away. You should be more aware of your weak points so that you can improve on them. Understood?
Is that really such a big deal? I can't keep the mirror completely dry 24/7 when it's right next to the bath. And as for the humidifier, it only holds a couple of liters, so I can't help it if it becomes empty by the time we wake up. I fill it every night before I go to bed.
That's why I'm always saying that you should wake up to fill it back up again while I'm sleeping. It's as simple as that, Amy. What are you gonna do if I get a cold because the air's too dry? It's gonna be your fault if that happens.
You're not going to get a cold just because the humidifier's been off for a couple of hours. You will get a cold, however, if you keep stressing about it.
This is what I'm talking about, your attitude towards doing the housework. If I was living with my mom, she would wake up in the middle of the night, no matter what time, to refill it. I'm letting you be a housewife, so can't you be a little more considerate? No, more professional about it? It's your job to get these things done.
I'm working too, It's part-time, but it's still a job.
That's because you insisted on wanting to work even after we got married. I'm letting you work out of the kindness of my heart. And you say that it's a job, but a part-time job doesn't count as proper work. It's too simple to be called work. Let me give you some advice. You shouldn't think that you're actually making a difference by working a couple hours a few days a week. That's just you being conceited. I bet your managers wouldn't even notice if you didn't turn up to work. You're that useless. Got it?
Do you really have to say it like that? The amount of hours I work doesn't make any difference. It's what I do with those hours. You agreed to let me work, which means that we decided this together. You wanted me to stay at home as a full-time housewife, and I wanted to continue working full-time. This is the choice we made when we met halfway, remember?
But working was your choice. You're working of your own accord, not mine, which means that you're not allowed to use your part-time job as an excuse to cut corners on the chores. Your priority should be the housework.
It's not like I've been cutting corners out of spite or anything. I've been doing my best.
Then you admit that you're still a long way from getting the chores done perfectly, right? You were good at your job when you were working full-time, so you shouldn't be this incompetent when it comes to doing some simple chores. I expect perfection from you when it comes to the housework because it shouldn't be so hard. You don't have to use your head, so get it done. It's your job as my wife to create an environment where I can completely relax and let off steam, so that I can work without getting stressed. Understood?
Yeah, okay. I'll do better.
I hope so. I'll be really disappointed if you go back on those words, Amy. I can't keep on giving you chances, Amy. You should know that I'm not going to be satisfied with a half-baked wife like you forever. Anyway, you better start getting dinner ready. I'm expecting something good. I'll see you later.
Hey, Sean, what time are you coming home? Is everything okay? You said that you'd be coming home at 7 at the usual time, so I've been waiting here with dinner on the table. Where are you?
Oh, sorry, I don't need dinner tonight. You can throw it away.
What? You're not having dinner tonight. Why?
Some colleagues invited me out to have drinks before I left the office, so I'm eating out tonight. I won't eat leftovers, so throw it out.
Then why didn't you let me know when they invited you? I've been waiting here for half an hour. You always want dinner fresh out of the oven, so I time everything perfectly so that it's ready the moment you arrive at home. I've been waiting to eat too because I always have to prepare your bath before I can sit down. Couldn't you have at least called?
I didn't have the time to call, okay? Quit guilt-tripping me. You can eat now. Happy? Besides, it's my job to mix with colleagues every now and then, so don't make such a big deal out of it. Do you really think you're in any position to complain about me going out to drink? You're just a housewife.
I'm not saying that you shouldn't go out to drink. You're putting words in my mouth. I'm just asking that you send me a message to let me know that you're going to eat out, so I don't have to worry about making your portion. Saves us having to waste a perfectly good meal, too.
Then can you just shut up already? I said I was sorry. I don't know why you've got to keep going on and on and on about something that's already happened. I'm sick and tired of you complaining.
I just asked if you could let me know earlier the next time you don't need dinner, that's all. I didn't mean to complain that much.
In the first place, you say that you're always timing things perfectly, but there are a lot of times when dinner isn't ready when I get home. You can't complain to me about not telling you fast enough.
Yeah, but when I'm late getting dinner on the table, it's only by a few minutes. It's not like I leave you waiting around for half an hour. There are times when you arrive earlier than the time you tell me, too. How am I supposed to know the exact time you'll be home?
Even if it's just a few minutes, you're still late. That's your problem, not mine. And I never complain when you make me wait, do I? You should be grateful that I don't make a big deal out of it when really I want you to hurry things up. But then you make a fuss about me not messaging you that I'm going out to have drinks with my friends. How is that fair? I don't get how you have the nerve to criticize me like that.
I'm not criticizing you for anything. I'm just asking you to send me a message in advance. That's all.
It's the same thing. You're making me feel like the bad guy. Listen up, Amy. You don't have any right to tell me what to do or tell me that I've done something wrong. I've said this over and over again, but the only reason why you're able to spend most of the day relaxing at home and being a housewife is because I'm letting you. I'm the one that's earning money for the both of us, so you can't talk back to me that I'm not doing so-and-so and that you want me to do this and that. Not only that, I earn way above average, so you get to live in luxury thanks to me. There are plenty of fish in the sea for me and many other women who would be happy to replace you as my wife. I chose you out of all the women I could have been with, so you better be grateful to me for marrying you. The only way you can pay me back is by being a good wife.
I should be grateful to you for choosing me? And here I was thinking we had gotten married because we loved each other. Are you saying that you didn't love me when you proposed to me?
Yeah, of course I love you. You're a hard worker and you were completely independent when I first met you, and you were exactly my type. The education you've had and the career you had before we got married was top class in comparison to all the other women I was considering at the time, too. That's why I decided to marry you. You won because you were a lot better looking than the other candidates.
That's not what I wanted to hear, Sean. I wanted you to say that I was the only one for you.
Great. You know, you've been a real pain in the ass ever since we got married, you know? You were a lot more laid back when we were dating, and you didn't get so bothered by the small details. But the second we got married, you started being more and more irritating and got really noisy about the tiniest of things.
That's because you're always nitpicking and demanding perfection from everything I do. So what if I start to expect the same from you? You always want me to lay dinner on the table the second you enter the dining room, not too soon because it'll go cold, and not too late because you're really hungry. You expect me to wash the sheets all over again if there's a single crease, and you wake me up in the middle of the night to fill up the humidifier when it gets empty when you could just go and do it yourself. I didn't think that you would become so neurotic when we got married either. You're the one who completely changed when we got married, Sean.
That's because you're too sloppy. I wouldn't have to say anything if you could get things done. You're not living alone anymore, so you can't be so half-hearted about the chores anymore. Get it? I'm telling you what you have to do because you obviously don't understand what it means to support your husband. You're barely even making it as a proper housewife, so you don't have any right to talk back to me. I'm your husband. Don't forget that. Do you realize that you're not going to be able to make it alone if I decide to divorce you? You need me, so you better rethink the way you talk to me.
So you're saying that housewives should just shut up and do as their husbands say? Seriously?
Of course I am. Do you really think that a husband would want to keep a housewife that spends all their time complaining when they could spend that time perfecting their housemaking skills? Remember this, if you can't do your job as my wife, then I can always replace you. You're dispensable. But you're lucky that I'm kind enough to wait for you to become the perfect housewife. I'm giving you chance after chance to prove yourself to me. If this was a company, then you'd be fired by now. Do you finally understand how much you owe me?
I've had enough. Fine, I get it. I get what you're trying to say.
What? Are you gonna sulk? You complain, and now you're gonna act like a teenager? You can't even come out and apologize for being such a pain? I'm really disappointed in you, Amy. I expected more from you. But this is just betrayal.
You're saying that I betrayed you? When? Go on, tell me.
Look at the messages you're sending, the attitude you're giving me. I'm really surprised that you could actually be so cheeky with me when you're supposed to be my wife. I keep on having to give you reminders for the chores and for my meals, too. If I knew that was going to be the case, then I should have chosen a woman who didn't have as much education. Maybe then she'd at least get the chores done without me mentioning anything. It's much easier to deal with an idiot that doesn't have any pride than have to deal with a woman that's convinced herself that she's better than me.
I can't believe you're actually saying that. So you regret having married me?
Women are just meant to get married, take care of their husbands, and give birth. Their job is over when the kids leave the house. I regret that you're no good at taking care of the housework, but let me remind you, you won't get anywhere unless you have a husband to earn a salary for you. If you can't do the housework properly, then you better not do anything else to piss me off. Just shut up, keep your head down, and work harder to do the chores. If you don't want to get kicked out of my house, then you've got to do better to be a good wife and support me. Hey, Amy! Where the hell are you? Where's my dinner? I never gave you permission to go out.
I haven't finished at work yet. I'll be back in an hour or so.
What? It's a part-time job. If they're gonna keep you this late, then I want you to resign. I only allowed you to work that part-time job because you told me that it wouldn't affect the chores. Come back home right now and make me dinner. You know, you've been really lazy lately. You haven't gotten anything done the way I want it done. It's almost our first anniversary, but you haven't gotten better one bit. You've just gotten worse and gotten more and more rebellious towards me. You can't call yourself a housewife anymore.
I started working again because I don't want to be so dependent on you. Especially not if you're going to look down on what housewives do.
What did you say? So you think that you could just prioritize your job over supporting me? You're just a part-timer. What can you do? You're not going to earn enough to match my salary. Don't waste your time. You're not going to manage anything with a pathetic job like yours. You'd accomplish more by supporting me and making sure that I can live comfortably and get on with my job. If you can't do that, then I want a divorce.
All right, then you're fired. How about that? Since you're not doing anything to support the company's profits and you're just wasting your time at the office. It's a waste of time and money to keep you on the team, so it would be better for us if we just replaced you.
What? Fired? Me? What are you talking about?
I'm saying that you're fired. You're no longer needed at our company.
That's funny. You think that if you say that I'm fired, that somehow HR will hear you and I'll lose my job?
No, I'm saying this because I'm the CEO of the company you're working at. I have every right to remove you from your position.
What? Hey, are you okay? Do you need to see a psychologist? 'Cause you're saying some pretty crazy stuff. You're just a part-timer. How are you the CEO of my company? Even a kid wouldn't tell a lie that terrible. You've got to be kidding me. Just how stupid are you?
Unfortunately, I'm not lying to you, Sean. I really am the CEO of your company. I took over from Mr. Smith just a few weeks ago.
Oh, really? Well, I didn't get the memo.
Now that's a lie. Most of the employees should already know that Mr. Smith has been replaced. Have you been living under a rock or something? It looks like you're a lot less present at work than I've been hearing. You really are useless.
Hey, quit messing around and be serious. If you've got the time to tell ridiculous lies and pretend to be my new CEO, then get your ass home and make me dinner. I'm starving.
I told you I am busy. I can't come home because there's still a mountain of work left to do. I don't have the time to be chatting with you, especially if you won't believe what I'm saying, so go and be stupid elsewhere. If you're hungry, then why don't you stand in the kitchen yourself for once and make dinner for yourself? You're an adult, so you can manage that without starting a fire, can't you?
Hey, if you don't get back here right now, I really will divorce you.
Fine, I'd be happy to. Let's get a divorce. That's why I started working again after all, because I knew it would come to this someday. But this is perfect timing. Thanks for bringing it up. I'll get the papers ready ASAP.
Amy? What's going on? My manager told me to leave the office. I really have been fired. She told me that I'm on temporary leave until they figure things out.
Yeah. Don't worry, we've already decided that you're going to be fired, so there's no chance of you getting your job back.
That's not what I'm asking. I'm asking how you knew that was going to happen. Why would you know that before me? It doesn't make any sense. Did we get sent a notification in the mail or something? Is that how you knew? Tell me.
No, I already told you. I'm the CEO of your company. If you want proof, then you can come to the CEO's office this afternoon around 2 p.m. if you want to see me. I'm busy before and after that. I've got an important business meeting this morning and another one later in the afternoon. I can't see you if you're late, okay?
Yeah, you're kidding.
It's the truth. Deal with it. I got contacted by Mr. Smith a while back, and he asked me to get his company back on track. Did you forget what I was doing for work when we met? I've known Mr. Smith for a long time, through business we've done together and in private, so he came straight to me when he realized his company was in trouble. That's why he asked me to take over for him, officially, because he told me he trusted me with his company.
What? I don't understand. What are you talking about? Why would he ask you? You're just a part-timer. You're just a housewife. The CEO's crazy if he thinks that he can leave the company in your hands.
If it's any consolation, I already resigned from that part-time job to come back to my old position. I returned to the consultant agency I was working at when we first met at the beginning of this month. They were really happy to have me back. I really missed my old colleagues, too. That's why I got a request from Mr. Smith to take over his company for a while. I'm officially the CEO of his company while I'm consulting them on how to fix things up a little. Mr. Smith's already getting on in age, right? He was saying that he just doesn't have the energy to run it anymore.
But he's got a son. I thought that he was going to take over. He's currently managing director. In any normal company, the managing director should be next in line to take over the company, not some random part-timer like you.
But Mr. Smith's son is in hospital. Didn't you know that? He's getting treatment for an illness he's been battling for a while.
What?
That's why I'm here to be CEO until he's ready to come back. I'm going to get the company back on track and have the CEO seat warmed up for him when he's ready. I guess it would be more precise to say that I'm taking over during the interim, not here as CEO permanently. Anyway, that's everything from me. Does that explanation suffice?
You're kidding! But why? I don't understand. Why is this happening to me?
I don't know how to answer that. It could be destiny, could be karma. Either way, it was decided between me, the agency, and Mr. Smith, so nothing's going to come of you complaining about it. I was chosen because Mr. Smith knew about my abilities, about all of the work I did when I was at the agency before I married you.
But why am I being fired? That's what I don't get. Is it because the company had to lay some people off? My manager told me that she'd give me the details when they're done with the hearing, but I haven't gotten anything yet.
You don't even know why you've been fired? You must be joking.
Of course I don't know why. I didn't do anything to deserve this. You just decided all of this without talking to HR, didn't you? Just to get petty revenge on me. You just demanded that the office fire me because you don't like the way I do things at home. That's just abuse of power. If you really get me fired, I'm gonna sue you and the company. Mark my words.
If you really think that you can win that case, then go ahead. Give it a try. But when you do that, we'll bring all the evidence we have against you to prove that we were justified in firing you. I know that you've been embezzling company money. Everyone knows. We've got receipts and accounts from people in your office, so we'll gladly answer your summons.
What?
Shocked, huh? I bet, since you were never caught out in the past 10 years, but you started getting lazy. I bet you never thought that anyone would go back and check bills from years and years ago just to find proof of what you were doing.
I've never done anything like that. I don't know what you're talking about.
But you see, you stole thousands of dollars, if not more. We're still checking, so we don't know the extent yet. I thought it was strange. There were so many things that struck me as odd. Like that watch you got a while ago. There's no way you could have afforded that with the salary you get paid. And the way you were so meticulous about the way you keep a note of what you've used on your credit card. But I never thought that I would find evidence that you were actually stealing money from your company. It just occurred to me that I should check, and there it was.
You're making a big mistake. I don't know how you came to that conclusion, but I never.
Deny it all you want, but I have proof. I've got a meeting with the board this afternoon, and I plan on presenting them all with the evidence I've collected with accounting. You can't run away from this forever, Sean.
Please, stop. I'm begging you. I'll do anything you want. Please don't tell the board. I shouldn't have been so oppressive towards you. I really feel bad for treating you that way, so please don't do this to me.
Well, that's a request I can't answer. Do you really think that I can just ignore all this evidence against you and let you get away with it?
Yeah, but you're the CEO now. There must be a way for you to get rid of all that and cover it up. You can tell accounting that they don't have to report it to HR. Don't you care about what happens to your husband? I'm going to be out of a job if you report this to the board.
Yeah, but we're going to get divorced, aren't we? So I don't really see why I should care. If anything, I think you deserve whatever happens to you.
All right, then I don't want to get divorced anymore. I take it back. I won't complain about the chores anymore. You can do the housework the way you want to do it. If you want to work, then go ahead. I won't stop you, and I won't tell you to prioritize the housework.
But I don't want to be with you anymore. I want a divorce. You've already agreed to it, so you can't go back on your word now. I was planning on getting the forms signed right away and send them off to be filed ASAP, but I don't want to spend another second with you.
I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. I'll do anything to earn your trust back. I just got carried away. I didn't mean to be such an asshole. Please, can you give me another chance? Amy, I'll do whatever you want me to. I'll do the housework for you from now on. I'll make dinner when we get home from work.
It's too late for that. I wish you could have realized how unreasonable you were being much sooner. Just one tiny mistake and you would erupt in a furious temper. Do you understand how suffocating it was living with you? I don't even know how I made it this far without walking out on you. At first I really tried to believe that you needed me, that it was to make things easier for you, and I did my best to make you happy. But as time went by, it only got worse and worse. You got more and more aggressive the harder I worked and the more I tried to meet your standards. I bet you don't remember what you shouted at me every time I made a mistake. But I do. I started to wonder why I had married you. I came to think that my existence meant nothing to you, that I was just in your way, because that's what you really thought about me, isn't it?
I'm sorry. I won't say anything like that anymore. I got carried away. I became dependent on you because you're so kind. I was being really childish.
You weren't just being childish. You were being tyrannical. Don't you dare downplay your behavior with an excuse like that. And I'm never going to forgive you for looking down on the hard work that housewives do to support their husbands. For free, mind you. You took advantage of that. It was shocking enough to hear the real reason behind why you decided to propose to me. Do you really think that I could continue to be with someone like that? Even after we separate, I doubt it'll be that easy for me to recover from the stress and emotional distress that you've caused me this past year.
Amy, I really am sorry. Please, you've got to give me another chance. I won't treat you like that ever again. You can trust me this time. I'll change my ways. So please, will you rethink reporting me to the board? And will you please stay with me? I need you. I really do need you.
I thought you said that it's the woman's role to shut up and keep their head down and wait for the husband to earn a salary for them. But you're going to beg me for your job? How ironic. I think you should think carefully before you make any more comments, Sean. You're contradicting yourself. I'm not going to live with someone like you ever again, so I suggest you should give up begging me for forgiveness. I'm not going to forgive you for looking down on me the way you did. And I have no intention of helping or supporting an asshole like you anymore. That's why I'm going to fire you as my husband, too. Goodbye, Sean. After that, my husband was notified that he was being fired for embezzling company money, and he was ordered to pay back all the money that he had used illegally. He had been stealing money every month, so despite it not being a significant amount, even little strokes can fell great oaks, and the total came to a mind-boggling amount. It's too big a debt to pay back in one go, so he'll be paying the company back over the course of a few years. And once he was officially out of his job, he made a big deal out of signing the divorce papers, but it was obvious that he was just after my money. So I hired a lawyer to mediate and had the divorce proceedings dealt with using a middleman. Luckily for me, the divorce was finalized just a few days ago, and I'm finally a single woman again. I'm pretty sure that the only reason why he refused to sign the divorce papers is because he knew how much money I had saved from when we were still dating, and was probably hoping to use that money to pay off the debt to the company. I wasn't going to let him get away with it that easily, so I'm glad I found a great lawyer to go between us before it was too late. I don't regret divorcing him at all, and I'm relieved that I'm finally free of him and his dictatorship. At the moment, my ex-husband is still looking for a new job and has taken on a part-time job to make ends meet until he finally finds a company that's willing to hire him full-time. A little bird told me that his job search isn't going that well, and I'm not surprised. Apparently, he even tried going back to his parents' house, but of course, they were pretty disappointed in him when they heard the reason why he had lost his job. And why we had suddenly divorced, and they didn't want anything to do with him, so he was kicked back out and was told to never come back. I don't know how he's going to get back on his feet, and I don't really care. But as the former CEO and now consultant to the company he owes money to, I'm responsible for keeping an eye on him until he completes his debt payments. I just hope he doesn't cause us any more trouble than he already has. After a few months of being an interim CEO to Mr. Smith's company, his son has finally recovered and I've been relieved of my job as CEO. But I'm still working as a consultant to ensure that the business runs smoothly. So there's still a lot more for me to do until the day finally comes when Sean finishes paying off his debt. It's a really tough job, but that just makes it all the more worthwhile, and I'm satisfied with my current lifestyle. I didn't expect that my marriage to the man I had fallen in love with could end in such drama, and I don't think I'll be able to get over the pain of how derisive he was and how useless he made me feel. I guess I'll have to wait until the time I spent with him becomes past and hope that I'll heal in time. But in the end, I'm just glad that I was able to get out of that relationship when I could. I don't want to imagine what might have happened if I continued to suffer under his control. In all honesty, I wouldn't have been surprised if I had ended up having a mental breakdown. I don't want to think about dating or finding another partner for a while, but I hope to spend more time with the friends and family who supported me during my marriage to Sean and checked up on me during our divorce, and cherish the happiness I have right now. I'm sure that I'll find someone who will respect me for the woman I am if I keep my chin up and think positively about the future that's ahead.